Want to know what makes a good strategy? You are not alone. Stick around to learn items of a bad strategy, 3 key items that make up the kernel of a good strategy, and how to start your own good strategy. This is Gino from Purposefully Inspired, where hearts and minds combine to help you become purposefully inspired. Today, we share highlights in Richard Rumelt's Good Strategy, Bad Strategy. Have you ever wondered how to create a good strategy? Or perhaps you have the feeling that your company doesn't have a good strategy or a strategy at all. We can relate. Today, we will highlight 3 key areas that make up a bad strategy. We will also share 3 key items that make up a good strategy. And finally, how to start your own good strategy. So first, on to 3 items of a bad strategy. Number 1, failure to face challenge. You must define the challenge. So often, people fail to understand what their challenges are. If you cannot define the challenge, you cannot evaluate the means to improve or overcome the challenge. Next, the second area of a bad strategy is mistaking goals for strategy. Having goals does not equate to having a strategy. People often say they'd like to earn 20% more, or make $1 million, or take over an industry. These are all goals. Goals are the what that one would like to achieve, but goals do not identify the challenges that one needs to overcome to get there. You really need to understand the challenges to get to the why and the how of a strategy. Goals also do not outline your strengths. They do not identify your superpower, your unfair advantage that you can leverage. These are aspects that one must diagnose and understand as part of a strategic kernel. And third area of a bad strategy, bad strategic objectives. A strategic objective is set by a leader as a means to achieve goals. Strategic objectives are bad when they fail to address critical issues or when they are impractical. Failure to have a guiding policy will lead to disorganization, confusion, and incoherent actions. If the objectives do not align with a guiding policy, you and your organization are very likely to take actions that are incoherent and don't address the critical issues and challenges. Bad strategic objectives will not only be a waste of energy and be counterproductive, but are also likely to be frustrating and at best suboptimal towards achieving your goals. Now, let's dive into the 3 key components of a good strategy. First, you must diagnose. In diagnosis, understand challenges clearly and have them defined. Take inventory of strengths and weaknesses. Understand market conditions and potential existing or future advantages. If you can identify your challenges, you can consider options to overcome that challenge. Additionally, if you know your strengths, you can apply them effectively to the challenge. Get real clear about your challenges so that everyone on your team can contribute to successful diagnosis and remain key focus on the items of a good strategy. Secondly, you must arrive at a guiding policy. This is an overall approach for overcoming obstacles and realizing opportunities and advantages highlighted by that diagnosis. A guiding policy should help yourself or your team or your company channel their energy in a certain direction and not in other directions. A guiding policy does not intend to spell out exactly what shall be done, but rather guides the direction. Thirdly, you must have a set of coherent actions. You can think of coherent actions as a well-trained team knowing each other's roles towards a common goal. While coherent actions do not mean to be at a micro level, they should be clear and specific, and certainly actionable. A coherent action should coordinate in such a way that each other's actions build upon one another. They should fit and be consistent as to generate momentum in the right direction. So these key 3 items, diagnosis, guiding policy, and set of coherent actions, are the kernel of good strategy. Next, if you want to kickstart and learn how to craft a good strategy, then start by reading Richard Rumelt's Good Strategy, Bad Strategy by clicking the links below. Tell us in the comment section below your steps of creating your own good strategy. Thanks so much for watching. Click the links to subscribe to our channel, and remember to share this video with others to help them become purposefully inspired.